Okay, so now if we start talking about the plan itself that I've written out. Also, we've got the first 3 weeks on here and the next 3 weeks on the back there. So frequency-wise, obviously we sat down and had a chat, and you told me what days you could work out and what days you couldn't because of other commitments, work, college, etc. So you told me that you could always work out Monday, Tuesday, never Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, and you usually work on the weekends. So I've given you, for the 6 weeks, total rest on the weekends, so you can focus on your work. So I believe 4 weeks, we've got working out 4 days a week with the rest in between, which I think is good frequency. You're working quite an intense level at the start. So on your first week, Monday, you've got 20 minutes of fartlek training over at Davis Road, 'cause that's quite near to your house. And then with regards to strength training, you're starting working at 85% of your 1 rep max. So the intensity is good, but you've got good fitness levels as it is already, so we don't want to start right down from the bottom. The type of training suits you, obviously, because when we had a chat you told me you don't really like boring going to the gym, going on treadmills and trying to improve your fitness that way. So I've added in stuff like fartlek training and interval training, so kind of, sprint, come back, that sort of training, because I think you'll enjoy that a lot more. And so if we start looking at some other points like overload, you'll see the first 3 weeks here. So if I can just get the zoom right, on the first week all your cardio you'll be doing for 20 minutes, so these 2 sessions here, and then as of the second and the third week, so you'll be working 20 minutes cardio wise, but then with regards to the next 3 weeks after that, every week, obviously, because our goal is to be doing be able to complete 25-minute intense sessions, so now we have to start bumping it up and progressing it. So 22 minutes for the 4th week, then for the 5th week you're going to be going up to 25, and then the last week we're going to try, I've got 25 there, but with regards to a slow run we're going to try and push it up to 30, so just try and exceed our goals a little bit. And regards to progression with the strength training itself, you're going to be starting off, as you can see here, 85% of your 1 rep max. That will be, on compound lifts like bench, squat, bent row, doing probably 5 sets of 5 on each exercise and probably 3 or 4 exercises. But we'll talk about that when we're training. And then obviously, as you can see, after week 1, how we're going to progress it is we're still going to use the same weight, so 85% of a 1 rep max, but we're going to increase it by a rep on every exercise. So if you were doing 5 of 5, you're going to be doing 6 of 5, and then the next week you're going to be do 7 of 5s, because you're going to it's the same weight but you're going to increase it 2 reps. So just constantly trying to improve and progress, but without pushing the weight just yet, because I think it's a bit too early. You want to get stronger with that weight before you move on. And then you'll see in the last 3 weeks, just here, we're straight up to 90%, but we're going to be back down to 5 of 5, so just, of your 1 rep max. And then the 5th week, very similar to what we did before, we're going to stick to the same weight but increase it by a rep on every activity. And the same with the last week, we're going to add it on 2 reps, so you'll finish up on 90% of your 1 rep max, doing 7 reps, 5 sets of all activities, which will definitely help you improve strength-wise and hopefully help you towards this goal here of improving all lifts by 7.5 kilos. I don't see why it wouldn't. There's good variation in the plan itself, so it should stop it getting boring. You've got, inventive ways of doing your cardio work. Fartlek training is quite fun, as well as interval training, but obviously mixed it up with just a nice long steady run here. Weight training, you've got a push day, you've got pull days, where you're going to be doing different activities on each day. One day you could be pushing, doing bench and overhead press, the next day you could be doing flies and leg press, something like that, so it's going to be totally different every time. And lastly, just so you're aware, to cover reversibility. Now, obviously, we know what reversibility is. It's when you can train for a certain period of time and stop. Say, usually it's about 2 weeks, and reversibility will start having an effect on your training and your body and how fit you are. But sometimes it can happen, just after 3 days, you'll start decreasing in your results. So having a workout Monday, Tuesday, and just having one rest day on a Wednesday, straight into another 2 days, and then a full 2 days off. So the most rest you ever get is 2 days, and then you're back into training again. So you're never ever, and that's the same with the last 3 weeks as well, you're never gonna go through a stage of reversibility as long as you stick to this plan. Okay?